Peace. Today, we on some shit. Today, I want you to take a deeper look at your brain, right? We are the chosen people. And the thing is about that, right? About being chosen is it's not everybody that's chosen. Now, in general, we are all the chosen people. But because you're the one that sparked consciousness, got the light, seen the light, and is doing the work to further ignite this light, you know what I'm saying, this fire that's burning inside of us, right? You are chosen. You chose to walk this path. And you know I'm not lying because you'll find yourself projecting that onto individuals. I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm saying you happy, you eager, you excited to share this knowledge. So, but then you get rejected. That's because they haven't been chosen. They blind. Blind men can't see the light that's in their presence. You know what I'm saying? Especially your friends and family, because that'd be the main motherfuckers that you projecting it on or whatever. They get blinded by that light. So anyway, we are on the Christ consciousness. We are the Christ. You know what I'm saying? This is the end days, and everybody waiting on the Messiah to come back. Well, everybody's going to be worshiping the false Messiah, and then the Antichrist comes. The black Christ, the true Christ. That's us. Now, you read the Bible and it talks about Jesus and his disciples. Disciple means to discipline. Those 12 disciples represented the 12 carnal nerves, right? You are supposed to become that middle point. The black dot, the pineal gland. Illuminate yourself. Once you illuminate the pineal gland, all the other forms of consciousness comes online. Osiris in the Egyptian pantheon he symbolizes the underworld. The underworld is your subconscious mind. That's you. That's who you are. That's who you are. When you die, you're supposed to become Osiris, the dead king, the deceased king. Here. And with that, right? With all that being said, Osiris was cut up into 14 pieces. Your subconscious mind was cut up into 14 pieces, right? Isis, or Set, put these pieces back together. Found 13 pieces, right? So you only have 13 pieces. Couldn't find his penis. His penis was not his dick. It was the pineal gland, the golden phallus. She created a golden phallus, which symbolizes the illuminated pineal gland. Once you illuminate your pineal gland, all the other forms of consciousness comes back online. Everything else around us shatters. The whole bullshit ass reality. So, I'm gonna tell you what time it is, man. It's time to become the Christ. All that bullshit, you turn the other cheek, doing this, you doing that, you know what I'm saying? That's not what this is about. It's about going in deeper. You feel what I'm saying? Going in deeper. Right now, we at the cusp area. We at the time where you're gonna be doing a lot of judgment. But see, you can't forget that judgment, you're judging yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So, you feeling any type of resentment, any type of hatred towards somebody and all of that, you gotta learn now to let that go. You gotta forgive that individual, not for you, well, not for them, but for you. Because you holding on to that, that's a prison that you're placing yourself in. And it's bigger than getting back at a motherfucker and doing this, that, and the third or whatever. Way deeper than that. Whether it's in your past or if it just happened, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. You gotta learn to let go of whatever the fuck you feel like you hate. You can't even hate anymore. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta let go of all forms of hate. I'm not saying you should love everything. That's not what I'm saying at all. But when you find yourself hating something, someone, anything, right? You will know that it takes a lot more energy to hate something than to love something. It takes a lot more energy to hate, period, because you gotta focus your energy on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really got too much to think about something that you like or something that you don't like or something that you know what I'm saying, that shouldn't even bother you. Now, it's time to look in the mirror, self-reflect, think about your actions as a God having a human experience. Because the choices that you make will determine the outcome after all of this. You feel what I'm saying? You're not going to a place where, oh, welcome, we've been waiting on you. You're going to a place of your mind. We trapped in our minds here, but we working on freeing ourselves from this matrix altogether. So once you're free altogether, all you have is your mind. If you're not working to visualize and actualize and gain control over your reality, you're going to have a hard time if you make it out of here. You know what I'm saying? In the spirit realm. Because that's where you'll be trapped at. Right now, we at a time of controlling our reality. We're in a golden age where that's possible for us. You feel what I'm saying? So, we got to know that we could do anything and everything. We been could do anything and everything, but now it's a time more than ever. You feel what I'm saying? It's a time more than ever. And a lot of individuals are focusing that energy elsewhere. You can't do that. You feel what I'm saying? You can't do that and expect to get this type of results that you want to get. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be working solely on raising light. The world that we in right now, the cycle that we in right now, is a spiritual cycle. That being said, you got to come across thousands of individuals. You're going to come across thousands of individuals with some knowledge, because all of this shit is supposed to be brought to light. So, you got to be able to decipher what's true or not, what's true for you, what resonates with you. All this shit makes sense. Don't get me wrong. Everything makes sense because there's nothing wrong. There's nothing right. None of that shit. But you got to make whatever's conducive to your specific path right for you so you can get out of here. A nigga gonna get you sidetracked and you gonna be thinking you gotta do this when you supposed to be doing that. The time we in right now is to raise light. If you're not doing anything spiritual, it's not gonna work. And then you can't fake it neither. Cause somebody they gonna get on the internet, they gonna talk crazy, real emotional, and all that shit or whatever. But it's only ego. You know what I'm saying? And ego is humanity. Ego is the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a problem with me saying that and all that shit, will you tell me the difference between the spirit and the soul? Because if I'm not mistaken, the spirit is the reason that created this. All of the knowledge that I've studied has brought me around to that specific thing right then and there. So I ain't even got to look further into that. It's a tool that you can use, but if not used in the proper manner being self-elevation, then it's absolutely evil, because then you get pro-humanity, then you get absolutely egotistical statements. I want to help humanity, I want to do this, I want to do that. To help humanity, truly, you have to help yourself first, right? But then you literally have to want to help every single body. Don't try to contradict it. Don't try to say if, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And niggas don't want to do, don't nobody want to do that for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Oh, black people is dying out here or whatever and all that shit or whatever. You don't give a fuck about black people dying. You care about it happening to either your son, daughter, or somebody that you're related to, somebody close to you, somebody that you will feel it, actually. Somebody you will actually feel it. Because these motherfucking black people that's out here dying, our people, us that's dying, because I as we, you don't really feel that. You feel the anger at behind it could happen to somebody close to you. And that's selfish. Because what about that individual and their family, if you truly care? See, it's real deeper than that. And motherfuckers not thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? I caught a murder when I was 14. You feel what I'm talking about? And when I was locked up, my mom, she came to my court date. Her and the girl I was going out with, and they was in the elevator with the people, the dude family and shit. So they don't know that it's my family. They talking all this shit about how I'm gonna die, go to hell, and I should get life and all this, that, and the third, and all that shit or whatever. So my mom and them, they arguing and all that shit or whatever. Like I just said, I caught this case. The case is over with. You feel what I'm saying? I caught it. I copped out to second degree, 8 years at 50%. You know what I'm saying? So for you niggas ain't on shit. You feel what I'm saying? If that's what it take and all that shit, you niggas ain't on shit. And that shit ain't nothing. So what I'm saying is this right here. Growing up, because I was 14, so I grew up in jail. Growing up, right? I never gave a fuck about that shit. I was like, fuck them. But you got to think about this, right? You got to think about this. My mom and them, they arguing or whatever, but these people, they got absolute right to feel that way. My Bob got a right to feel that way because I'm her son. But these people got a right to feel that way too. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody right, ain't nobody wrong, man. All I'm saying is, you got to make the shit true for you. You feel what I'm talking about? We in a time right now for it to be spiritual. You can't fake it. You feel what I'm saying? You can't fake it. It's nothing but absolute self-reflection. And that's all I've been doing is reflecting on myself. I'm not getting on this camera. I'm not telling you what we should do as a people. Because as a people, I know what we could do. History proves it. You feel what I'm saying? For all you religious motherfuckers that have come across this motherfucking video right now, that will disagree with me and all of this other bullshit or whatever, you show me one actual, factual, historical monument like a fucking sarcophagus, a body, a tomb, any fucking thing, right, of them biblical motherfuckers in the Bible. I know what's going on, I don't know what it be, but you show me some proof, physical evidence, historical evidence. Show me that shit. Because in the museums, you don't see nothing but niggas. They digging nothing but niggas up. It's a reason for that. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know, because you ain't take the time to sit here and read Metal Netter. You ain't reading the divine words. You ain't reading Metal Netter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just sitting here just talking. You feel what I'm talking about? I'm not just talking for my motherfucking health. You ain't sitting here reading this shit. You don't understand what the fuck going on. Etymology. You know what I'm talking about? The etymology. Breaking down the motherfucking words. You just saying shit and just think it just mean this. Nah, nigga. You gotta really study. And you be talking about fuck the system. Fuck the system. But your whole thinking apparatus, right, was psychologically trained by the motherfuckers that you claim to hate. I don't get that. So, but back to this Christ consciousness. Here you go. Back to this Christ consciousness. Those 12 carnal nerves, 12 disciples, 12 zodiacs, right? You are to discipline the 12 animalistic natures of yourself, the highs and lows. Master them, discipline them. You feel what I'm saying? Become that middle point. We are taking a step at a time. You guys living in the world, so you going with the times. The original calendar that was based off of Sothis, Sirius, would have made everybody 8 years younger. So time don't motherfucking exist. So we taking a step at a time. To do that, you gotta become that middle point. Look on the clock. There's 12 numbers on the clock, but in the middle point it's a black dot. Without all the numbers, that's the hieroglyphic of the sun. You know what I'm saying? But on the Kabbalah, that's the third eye. That's what you got. That's the black dot. You illuminate that. Become that. Who the fuck is that? Peace, peace, peace. I'm back. All right, now check me out. Like I was saying, you got to become that. Because like I said before, all of these different spirits, metaphysical meanings and all of that shit or whatever, these different gods and goddesses and archetypes, you supposed to become them. You feel what I'm saying? These it's like imagine yourself being nothing. Because that's all you is. You ain't shit. Imagine yourself being nothing. And imagine yourself self-assembling and putting pieces together. Well, these different spirits, that's what the fuck they represent. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all you gotta do. Don't be worshiping them. You feel what I'm saying? None of that. You're supposed to become them. Know how they function. You feel what I'm saying? It's all it's about. You other motherfuckers be worried about the next motherfucker, worried about this, worried about that or whatever. Your ass dead. Why you dead? Cause you projecting all your life onto something else that's moving on with time. You forcing yourself to live in this motherfucker reality. This motherfucker don't exist, right? You gonna make this motherfucker exist because you hate a motherfucker so much, because you hate this so much. So you gonna make it exist just to hate it. How fucked up is that? Just saying, man. You gotta overcome that shit. You a fucking animal. The wrong type of animal. The virus. Parasite. You gotta become the God. The only way you're gonna do that is to focus on self. Because the ego wants to consume everything. So, the ego feel like it already got you. Ego feel like it is you. Knows everything you know. That's why you act how you act. But if you just break past that, you know, don't scratch when you say you gotta scratch. Tell yourself you're not itchy. Your back don't hurt. Oh man, it's just in my mind. When you keep doing these things, especially in deep forms of meditation, you break past the ego. The ego can't exist past that shit. It don't know nothing past that. Then that's when the real shit starts to come up. The actual light. You start to realign yourself with your true self. Not this false idol that you created through all the influences of the world. Because when you take a step back, that's all it is. What's authentic to yourself? You like this candy because somebody gave you this candy a long time ago. You ain't just go in the store one day and just say, fuck it, let me just try something new. That's not what you do. Humans is creatures of habit. So you ain't just go out venture it out. Ego don't do that. Because then they got to fight with that. Got to fight with this new substance, and they just got to make it feel like it's always been there. For rationalizing for you. Oh man, I always knew that. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to further look in deeper, find another meaning to the situation. Because I already knew that already. That's what the ego does. So you got to kill all that shit and become the Christ. You know what I'm saying? You gonna look crazy to a lot of motherfuckers, but what the fuck that be? What the fuck does a dead motherfucker's opinion mean? They don't exist. That's how you gotta look at it. I literally mean dead, like as if the motherfucker wasn't here. Just like how your people will die and you put them in the grave and all that shit. These motherfuckers dead, they're just walking around. You feel what I'm saying? You allow yourself to come into contact with a dead motherfucker, lower your vibration, like I said. Because in order to do this, you have to do this. You gotta lower your vibration. Meaning, you giving them light to raise them up. Just so you can, or just so they can be able to comprehend. Even if they could comprehend. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, shit deeper than that, man. You gotta take a step back and really look at self, how you are, and who you are. You're not some great ass motherfucker just because you read it out of a book. Because you ain't been shit your entire life. Now you know this, so now you just something now. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. Because you're not acting like it. You learn that you're a god, or you come from kings and queens or whatever, but you still holler about an oppressor. That's the mind of a slave. You feel what I'm saying? Nothing exists outside of you. So anything you worry about, right? Anything you put your attention on should be conducive with that. If it's not, because you know when it is and when it isn't. Who's the motherfucking jackass then? Because ain't nobody forcing you to do nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody forcing you to do shit. Everything that happens has to happen. Everything that had happened has to happen. We talk about slaves, we talk about all this shit. We don't talk about the slaves that gave their motherfucking lives up, the ones that said, fuck it, we just ain't gonna do this. But there's a deeper meaning behind that too. We ain't gonna get into that because niggas is still slow. So let's talk about the ones that did. Why did they go? They had the option to do this too. It's a reason behind that, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? It's all part of a bigger picture. It's all a part of a bigger picture. You feel what I'm saying? You're worried about the wrong thing. The best thing to be worried about is yourself. Your actual goals. If your goals don't mean gaining a following of 1 billion motherfuckers or whatever, and you just want to work doing whatever the fuck you interested in, that's the fuck you do. That's what you can come up with. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a part of that. Because you doing that, shit, we ain't gotta do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And because I call myself shy, and I'm getting on camera talking, because I'm doing this, all the shy motherfuckers that don't want to get on the camera, they ain't got to do it now. If they don't want to. I'm not saying this is what it's about, but this is part of it. It's not about focusing on the motherfucker outside yourself. Not period. Until you figure that shit out, better off you're gonna fucking be. Because you're gonna drain yourself. And you're gonna find it's too late to make the motherfucking shit, and we're gonna leave your motherfucking ass. I'm telling you, man. I don't know your motherfucking ass. I ain't know you here. That's all I'm saying. I is we. But if you ain't doing that motherfucking work, man, I ain't got nothing for you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to do this work that I'm doing, my individual work, because on a greater aspect, that's helping you. But if you think I'm finna do all this shit, and I'm finna be like, hey, come on, and all that, man, you got another thing coming. It's a lot of heartache motherfucker gotta put in for this. You know what I'm saying? That's like me. That's like me telling you, man, I got $1 million scheme, man. Let me borrow $1,000. And you don't want to give it to me, and then you see me now I'm a billionaire 2-3 years later or whatever, and you asking me for some motherfucking money. That's the same exact motherfucking thing. That's how you motherfuckers gotta look at it. Is that wrong to look at it? No. That same motherfucker stab your motherfucker back. Same motherfucker want more and more and more and more and more. And find that they ain't doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing or doing what you would have did to do this or to get this. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about on a level of your soul. Can't nobody help you with that but you. You feel what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers say they ain't gonna help you. Because they can't. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm saying right now, this shit, if you don't get this shit or whatever, there's nothing else I can say. You feel what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker can say this shit so simple. You can only say this shit so simple, is what I mean. That's all I'm saying. And at that point, you just poking at a dead motherfucker horse, man. And it takes me back to my original thing. Motherfuckers is dead. Dead animals, man. That's all I'm saying. So, like I said in the last video, you gotta become the beast. The beast, we are chaos beings. Chaos being the motherfucking melanin, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 666, the beast. It existed before the creation. It exists outside of the known universe. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. It's carbon, C18. You gotta become the beast. You gotta tap into the hidden aspects of yourself. Using all of these tools that we have around us. So you become these gods the way you become these gods. You use these different spirits the way you can. Because they have human personalities and all of this other extra shit or whatever and all of that, right? So it's put this way, it's given this way so that you can relate to them. But now you're supposed to look at it on a higher aspect. You're not supposed to look at it as, oh, this is some guy. You're supposed to look at it as, shit, this is me. You get what I'm saying? This is me. Become this. You feel me? Because you got the source, right? This is what it is. You got the source. I'm gonna take the Orishas for that motherfucking matter. What is it? Oludamare or Rimla or whatever. I can't really pronounce it. Oludamare. I can't pronounce it. Now, first you have this. Now you have the 3, what do you call that? Emanations of God. This is supposed to symbolize. Now this ain't nothing to do with Christianity. This is some ancient shit. You feel what I'm saying? We're going back to Yoruba. Now, supposed to have the 3 emanations of God: omnipresence, omnipotence, omniscience. You feel what I'm saying? Knowing all powerful, and everywhere. Right? This is what the fuck you're supposed to be. This is chaos. Okay? This is what you're supposed to be. Now, right up under this shit is the Ori. Now, for all you hardcore religious motherfuckers, gonna be like, ooh, the Ori, you know what I'm saying? That's the destiny, you know what I'm saying? The head and all that shit or whatever and all that. It's different forms of the Ori though. You know that. If not, you ain't real. If not, you ain't real. You probably been doing that shit all your life and you're not real. It's definitely different forms of it. It's different. It's in the language. So this symbolizes your consciousness, which is also synonymous with your soul, right? So your soul's destiny. I don't know, but any fucking way. This is the seed of it and all that shit. Now, right up under this, you know what I'm saying? What is it? The Orishas. Selective form of consciousness. The Sha is consciousness, right? So you placing the Orishas over you. You have an Ori, but they don't. Yeah, they are Orisha, but they're just spirits. Remember, all of these angels, demons, they're just spirits. You feel what I'm saying? They're not gods, they're just spirits. That's why when you go on Facebook and people be talking about that shit, they be like, man, the gods and all that shit, man, they're not gods, they are Orisha. They wasn't gods, they were Netaru. You feel what I'm saying? You motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you talking about, so you call them gods. That's a German word. But anyways, you have the Orisha, which are elements that live in and outside of you. Elements of nature and different forms of personalities, right? So now, how does, because God, the three emanations, right? Then you got the Ori. This is will, because it's a soul. But everybody, that's basically what we is. You know what I'm saying? The soul. So the little individuals. So we're gonna say like, these are the motherfuckers on the individual path. How the fuck do we function when we just will? You don't know what to do. How do you function? You use the tools that you created. You created Orisha. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to open up doors. I'm going to use a legwa. You feel what I'm saying? I want to get shit done in a fast way. I'm going to use oil, yimaya, you know what I'm saying? I want to like some hardcore shit. I'm an Ogun, you know what I'm saying? Shango, you feel me? You know what the fuck I'm saying. I want to attract love, Oshun. But these is just energies that live inside of you. You don't grab no candle and cut up something and get and then set out motherfucking what do you call that, offerings or whatever the fuck, because that's tapping into the lower aspects. You feel what I'm saying? We more advanced. We are coming into a time of advancement. Not coming into a time, we are in a time absolute advancement. This is a golden age for us. So what the fuck are you doing going making offerings and shit, if that's what you're doing? But if that's what you're doing, why are you watching this video? So anyways, that's what the fuck you do. You tap into it. See, people gonna tell you, oh man, you gotta have all this extra shit, write this shit on the ground and do this, do that, and a third. That's for other motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? We have this shit inside of us. So all you need now is your imagination. All you need now is to be able to imagine it, visualize it, see it, and go ahead and do it. We're not in a time where we need to be doing all the extra shit. Everything you need to be doing is within now. That's all we've been doing. That's all you ever needed. You know what I'm saying? All of that extra shit, the systems that you seen back in the day, was to raise us up on a spiritual level for now. The ones that would be here to be able to do this shit or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Because you see the ones that's not doing that shit, which they have it, but it's not their time. How do I know this? Look at them. This ain't coming out of my motherfucking brain. This is coming out of my vision. What the fuck I see? You feel what I'm saying? Fuck it, my memory. So I guess my brain. Because I'm remembering seeing a lot of bullshit every fucking day. Niggas ain't on nothing. You know what I'm talking about? That's okay. I am. And with that, what the fuck I'm doing, I know this is fucking up the world right now. You feel what I'm saying? This fucking up the matrix. That's all I care about. I don't give no fuck about nothing else. I'm gonna fuck about a little side mission, stronghold fight. You know what I'm saying? That's not really gonna do nothing. I'm worried about cutting you where you don't see. You know what I'm talking about? And then when you try to get on your defenses, be pretty much over with. That's what the fuck I'm doing. This is a bacterial cell. We need to root out the bullshit. Clean the virus. You know what I'm saying? Clean it and wash it out. Like I said, when this is all over with, it's been 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's it. But anyway, about to get up off this thing, man. Y'all be peaceful.